This video is sponsored by Standby Skipper. Good morning from Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. We are spending the entire year today to teach you how to get the most out of Disney Genie Plus.
Today is Memorial Day, so the crowds might be a little wild today.
It is a beautiful morning. We are here a little bit after rope drop. It is about 8:21 right now, and we already have our first lightning lane set up and ready to go. We're using the help of Standby Skipper to help us book our lightning lanes, so we are going to get a lot done today, which I'm very excited about. We'll talk a little bit more about Standby Skipper, what that is, how it works, a little later in this video. But first things first, we are actually doing a character meet and greet first thing this morning. So we got in line, it was 15 minutes. It's already jumped up to 35 minutes. So this is a definitely good use of a lightning lane. That was so fresh. So it's 8:38 now. So that took a little bit longer. That is one thing with character meet and greets, especially like those like stationary ones, is they do go on little mini breaks every now and again. So
mini breaks?
Mini breaks. Depending on when you catch the line, your wait can sometimes be a little shorter or a little longer. We got there literally right as they were going on a break. So
even like with meeting them though, we were in and out in like 14 minutes.
Yes, but that is a big reason why I like to do that in the morning, because the line is definitely a lot shorter in the morning. And when you have that lightning lane, it does help quite a bit. Because most guests are rope dropping and heading to Pandora first, that means that the other side of the park is usually dead in the morning, which can be a great time to knock out a bunch of things. And then we're actually gonna save Pandora for last. And I'll show you how we do that too.
It's kind of reverse logic, and it just makes for a little bit more of a relaxing, less people-y day.
Like, look at this.
I mean, this is Memorial Day, and there's like no people back here hardly.
We already also have our second lightning lane of the day. We are heading to DINOSAUR with Standby Skipper this morning. Just like normal Genie Plus, your first lightning lane can be booked at 7 a.m. Standby Skipper will help book those lightning lanes for you. So all you have to do is go into the Standby Skipper app and put in your first search request for the ride that you want Skipper to book for you. So for us, that was Mickey and Minnie. So we went ahead and scanned into that, and then we were eligible for our next one. I already had my search in for our next attraction, which was DINOSAUR. So Standby Skipper went ahead and grabbed that while we were waiting in line so that we weren't having to mess with it while we were waiting.
Which was really nice, because in that queue for Mickey and Minnie, neither one of us had service. Standby Skipper doesn't rely on like your phone service, so it just went ahead and booked it for us, and we saw it when we got out of line. So it was fantastic. That's honestly one of my favorite perks about Standby Skipper, is that it doesn't rely on your phone service. Even
if you are not using Genie Plus, this is still a great strategy, because right now the wait time for this attraction is only 10 minutes. So we should be able to get in and out of this ride and on to the next thing very quickly.
They're not gonna make it! They're not gonna make it! Mission accomplished. You made it!
It's time to thank our sponsor for today's video. Standby Skipper is my favorite way to maximize your day using Genie Plus without all of the stress. This app reduces the amount of time that you spend on your phone by searching and booking lightning lanes for you. Standby Skipper is a third-party app that works in conjunction with Genie Plus. You'll simply plug in your lightning lane search requests, and the captain will take care of the rest while you relax and enjoy the park. When a lightning lane for your requested ride becomes available, Standby Skipper will book it for you, and you will receive receive a pop-up notification on your phone with your return time. You still have full control and can book, modify, or even cancel your lightning lanes on your own through the My Disney Experience app. But I like to think of Standby Skipper as my second pair of hands to help me worry less about booking the next thing and instead stay present in the moment. You can purchase a Standby Skipper Day Pass for $25 or 7-day access for $45. This is valid for up to 12 guests, and if you aren't quite sold, you can even try it before you buy it on some select attractions. Don't forget that Standby Skipper is a third party and they are not affiliated with Disney, so you do still need to purchase Genie Plus each day that you wish to use it. But this is meant to help alleviate some of that stress of having to learn all the ins and outs of Disney Genie Plus. To get started with Standby Skipper, you can click the link in the description or visit standbyskipper.com. And don't forget to let the captain know that Kayla and Mark Allen sent you. Now let's get back to the rides. Now that I've gotten lightning lanes for everything that's in my search queue in Standby Skipper, this would be the time that I'm gonna put in my next batch of searches. So I recommend not putting in every single search for the whole day at the same time, because that's a good way to do a lot of back and forth. I recommend doing small groups. For example, after I got my 7 a.m. lightning lane, I went ahead and put in my group for DINOSAUR and Nemo because those are kind of in the same vicinity. Now that I've gotten both of those, I'm going to put in my next batch for kind of the Asia area of the park. So that's going to be Expedition Everest, Cali River Rapids, and possibly Feathered Friends in Flight. However, because shows are at specific times, I'm actually going to hold off on getting that one until I know I've secured the other two. So that's the other nice thing about Standby Skipper, is that you still have full control of your day and how you get lightning lanes, when you get lightning lanes. Standby Skipper is just kind of your extra hands to help you book those kind of in that in-between time when you're enjoying the attractions. I'm melting. This is about
Thunder, feel the thunder, lightning, thunder.
So it is now 9:14. We didn't really have a wait. Basically, the only wait that we had was waiting for that to spin one time, and then it was our turn. But we've got some time to kill. There are some characters that are already out and getting ready to come out. We might actually do some characters today. So the Moana meet and greet is a little bit hidden. You can find this right across from Flame Tree Barbecue. There's some restrooms over there. It's literally right next to the restrooms. How was that, Mark Allen?
That was fun.
Got to meet Moana.
I'm pretty sure I've never met her before.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I met her in that location at least one time. So Donald did start meeting at 9:45. It's 9:53 right now, so I have a feeling that it might be a little long. So Mark Allen had a good idea. Oh, he's leaving me. Mark Allen had a good idea to go watch the Macaw shows up at the front of the park, right in front of the Tree of Life. They do I think it's called Winged Encounters. They have all these macaws will fly in over your head, so maybe don't do it if you don't like birds, but all these macaws will fly in. They'll talk about them a little bit and then they'll fly away. It's kind of just like a walk-up thing that you can do, but it happens on the 15 of every hour. So the first one's at 10:15, there will be 11:15, 12:15, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna go catch that, and then I think by about that time, it'll be time to go head over to Nemo. It is about 6-ish, 7-ish minutes till the show. And there's lots of space up here. I won't lie, you have to be kind of brave to stand up that close. You get a really good view of those macaws, but I definitely felt a few of them kind of almost brush the top of my head. So if you're afraid of birds, maybe watch from afar. Let's talk about lightning lanes and shows. This is the only park that I think you ever could actually get an advantage from using the lightning lane. Other parks, you still have to show up just as early, and that doesn't necessarily mean you get a good seat, because you can also do that in standby. But here, they actually let the lightning lanes in before the regular standby line, so you do get a good seat. However, Nemo is the one show that I don't think you need a lightning lane for, but you totally can grab one. When we get in there, I'll explain a little bit better as to why I don't think you need a lightning lane for that one, but we'll show you later for things like Lion King and Feathered Friends in Flight. Those can definitely be a good use of a lightning lane.
There we go.
Thank you. When you have a lightning lane for a show, you still are going to want to show up to the show 30 minutes early. And this is regardless of what show, what park you're doing. If you are wanting the best seats or closest seats, they do not let guests in 30 minutes. Usually they'll let guests in about 10 to 15 minutes before the show, depending on what show it is. So that is something that's going to be really important for shows like Lion King or even Feathered Friends in Flight.
Oh,
Again,
they're already letting
oh, look at that. But we're also the first show, so that's probably why too. So now that we've made it in here, I kind of want to talk about this for a second. So the way this theater is set up, there's a walkway kind of right here in the middle. You have the upper stadium and the lower stadium. For whatever reason, people don't like to come down to this lower stadium, even though these are the better seats. In my opinion, you can see the actors' faces a lot better. Even if you're coming closer to time of the show, there's usually still a lot of space up in this front area. So we'll check back with you a little closer to showtime. Just a little update on seating. So it's starting to fill up a bit, but as you can tell, there's still loads and loads of seats up front. The back middle is already getting kind of full. And I know it's hard to see, but there's a ton of seats over there still.
Come with us as we explore the mysterious world of the open ocean.
That I've never seen before. So many creatures swimming around the sea.
Hello.
Oh, hi!
Name's Bruce.
I'm Dory, and this
You don't even know we were just. I'd like to invite you, Muslims, to a little party I'm having. So what's your name, kid?
I'm Nemo!
We are out of Nemo. It is 11:32, so that shows it's a little under 30 minutes.
Just under.
We were able to get a Kali River Rapids lightning lane. We have not ridden Kali River Rapids since our very first trip in 2017.
What was that? 7 years ago?
7? Was that 7 years ago? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Wow. Okay.
Almost
So
7.
this is gonna be a fun time.
We brought ponchos.
Yep.
We're gonna go rent a locker.
And then we're gonna go get splashed. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this for weeks. This is us before Kali River Rapids.
I'll put my head on when we get seated.
Here we go. Are you sweating?
Yes, profusely. This is what I think on water ride.
This is the most inefficient way to take that off. Let's see your 360. How wet are you? Oh, you got a little wet right there on your pocket. Boop. as of right now, there are not any lightning lanes available like in the near future for Expedition Everest. I do have my standby skipper search going. Hopefully it will grab us something. In the meantime, we are taking a nice little stroll through Maharajah Jungle Trek. Maharajah Jungle Trek is it's one of two walking paths, like animal trails. Maharajah Jungle Trek is Asian animals, and then Gorilla Falls is African animals. You can also talk to some of the cast members. They are super knowledgeable about the animals. Definitely take a few minutes because you might learn something new. This is also just an excellent trail to get away from some of the crowds. As we mentioned earlier, it is Memorial Day, so it's definitely busy. It's nice and kind of empty back here. Star of the show of this trail are the tigers.
Big stretch.
Big stretch.
Big stretch.
Oh.
Percy does that.
But there are two tigers. There's one in this enclosure and one in the other. But this is my favorite. One of my favorite things in Animal Kingdom.
Look at the size of those murder mittens. The water buffalo is not water buffaloing today.
He's an unwater buffalo.
He's an unwater buffalo.
But that water buffalo is water buffaloing. That worked out great. I just got my standby skipper notification that we got Expedition Everest for 2:20. Right now it's 12:40, so we have some time, but the next Feathered Friends in Flight show is at 1:30. So I think we're gonna go do that and then come back here to Expedition Everest. We still have some time, so we got a snack because we are getting a little hangry. We went to Mr. Kamal's.
We've
And
never had these.
I've had the dumplings from there, but we've never had these fries.
I've never had either. The gyoza is really, really good.
It's pretty good. It's definitely a little spendy for what it is, but it is good. And I think that this will definitely help tide us over till we can actually go eat some lunch. Okay, I'm sitting on the ground outside of the Feathered Friends in Flight Theater. We still have, it's 1:04 right now, so we still have like 25 minutes until the show starts. You can start queuing up. There are people in line, but the queue is like in bright blazing sun. Here you can see this is the lightning lane right here. And then this is all the standby queue. So it is all in sun. They do have fans, and so that does help. But we're just kind of eyeballing it, and we might jump in line once they start actually letting people in. They started letting us in at 1:12. There is a lot of seating in here, so don't worry. You can get a pretty good view pretty much from anywhere.
After you eat whatever that is, now you're going to walk over to Lucy, look up at Lucy, she's going to say, "Hi, Tendo," because you're so cute. Yep, and now you're going to walk in the wrong direction over there, and now I can give you a boost. He's going to scan the audience. He's going to fly, right? Out to our volunteer. How cool is that? And he takes your money. But wait, there's more. Good job, Tendo. Yes, you are the smartest little bird in the world. And ma'am, have a magical day.
We are now kind of somewhat hustling over to the Wildlife Express train to head over to Rafiki's Planet Watch. It's 2:30 on the dot right now, and the next animation experience is at 3:15. Hopefully we can get there, make it in time. If not, that's okay. We'll go pet some goats instead. I did get a lightning lane from Standby Skipper. They booked me Navi River Journey for 6 o'clock, so that works out great.
So we should be activating the 2-hour rule.
Yes, I have my Kilimanjaro Safari search already set, so hopefully once we hit that 2 hours, it'll snag that for us. We are off the train at 2:47. We just gotta walk up to the building, but I think we'll make it. Okay, let's go see who we're drawing today. I'm gonna draw Minnie Mouse. Okay, we made it in line. We're the only ones in line right now. It's 2:56, so it's only like 20 minutes till the next animation experience. I went a little bit more kind of deep dive into the whole Rafiki's Planet Watch in my Earth Day video. So if you want to know a little bit more about all the activities that are back here, you can go check that out. That's linked in the description box. But really, mainly today, we're just doing the animation experience, and then we gotta go because we still have a few more things that we want to get done today. Let's see if we can do it. Do you think we can do it? You think we can get it all done?
I think we're going to be running up against the wire.
We shall see. Here is my Minnie Mouse. I'm actually a little salty. A little bit, because they drew someone from Mulan in the session before us, and then they're drawing Hey Hey in the next session. Minnie Mouse is fine, but those are much more exciting characters to draw. Oh well. At least I got a cute Minnie Mouse to add to our fridge. We also figured out our plan of what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat some food because we haven't had a actual meal today, which probably wasn't a good thing, but
Especially
we did eat breakfast. Don't worry, we ate breakfast at home before we came. Then we're gonna go see Lion King, and then in that last hour, that's when we're gonna go see or go do the safari and go do Pandora. That is the new plan.
Hopefully that plan goes to plan.
Welcome aboard the Wildlife Express with service from Rafiki's Planet Watch to the village of Harambe.
Ooh, we have our dinner. We went to Kusafiri Bakery, which has my favorite thing at Animal Kingdom right now. This is the marinated chicken flatbread. So it's like a pita flatbread sandwich, and it's got amazing, delicious kind of harissa curry type seasoning on this chicken, tomato cucumber salad, so freaking good. They also have a pork version, and Mark Allen doesn't like cucumbers, so he gets his without the cucumber tomato salad, but both are delicious. We also have to get the coconut flavored coffee because it's the best coffee in all of Disney World. Change of plan. Standby Skipper just got us a lightning lane for Kilimanjaro for right now. It's currently 4:24, so we have, 45 minutes until Lion King starts.
Is this risky?
This is probably not a good strategy, but we're gonna risk it to get to Biscuit, because if we can do this, we might have time to sneak in It's Tough to Be a Bug. Let's see how this goes. We're not planning on getting a good seat for Lion King.
Yeah.
If we can at least make it on the show, I'll be happy.
Thank you.
4:25. Will we make it? Update. Did not need a lightning lane for this at all, but it at least helped us with our walking, so we didn't have as much queue to walk.
Yeah.
So it is now 4:28. We got 30 minutes.
This may be the riskiest thing we've done in this whole series.
Yep. We're on.
We're on.
We're getting ready to move.
It's 4:29.
Thank you, and we also, that is the only known living relative of the giraffe, even though it's wearing zebra party pants. It's trying to trick you. Very well respected animals, folks. Even the crocodile respects the hippo, and when a croc respects you, you kind of made it in life, let's be real. It's pretty awesome. And speaking of which, just around the river bend, no wait, crocodile.
Oh my god. Crocodile.
Basically dinosaurs as well. You know, they've been around for millions of years, so no need to take a time rover to spot a dinosaur today. It might be too late for some of you. Dr. Seeker is very persuasive. I didn't trust him at first, and then he held up a puppet, and he was like, hello there. And I was like, whoa, what do you need me to do, bro? You know what's cooler than Dr. Seeker? Nothing, but this tree's gonna try. Check this out. I like to call these guys walking s'mores. You see the graham cracker chocolate. It looks like dark chocolate with a marshmallow. That's a great combination. So, you know, we use wool anyway. There's no reason to go after Ryan. Got 3 antelope over here. Those are water buck, and they drink tons of water, as hence the name. And they have heart-shaped noses to remind you how much they love you. So very cool.
We have exactly 10 minutes till the show starts. Will we make it? I don't know. We're just gonna do our
get a lightning lane?
speed walking. That's not gonna matter.
No, I know, but did you?
I don't know. I don't remember, but we're just gonna speed walk because we don't run at Disney. That's not allowed. But we're gonna speed walk over there, see if we can make it in. We made it in. Well, almost. We're almost there.
With literally 4 minutes before the show.
We're gonna get terrible seats, but that's okay.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata. Don't worry for the rest of your days. The kings of Tenaya, yes, in the wild. The king undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen all the wonder I
100% for that show of any Disney live show, you have to get to that show 30 minutes early in order to get a good seat. Non-negotiable, you have to. Otherwise, you will sit pretty far back. And because that show has such a interactive feel to it, the closer to the front you can be, the better. It was fine where we sat. We've seen it a million times, so it was okay for us. Not a big deal, but I would not necessarily recommend doing what we did. And instead, plan your time accordingly. Even if you have a lightning lane, get there 30 minutes ahead of time. But you know what that means is now we can squeeze in. It's tough to be a bug, which is what we're heading to go do right now.
What are these humans wearing on their heads?
I made honorary rights. Honorary what? They're our biggest enemy.
No, that's not true. They're my friends.
Friends? Get this loser out of my sight.
If you like vegetables, flowers, it makes you a
If it weren't for the fact that we like to taste, you'd be out there wallowing in shoulder high waves.
It is officially 6:09 and it's time to head to our final land of the day, Pandora.
I'm pretty proud of ourselves, considering as busy as it was earlier. Like I said earlier, the crowds are starting to clear out, which will only really be to our advantage here in just a second. You'll see why. We've accomplished almost everything in the park.
I think the only thing that we haven't done, or that we didn't do, was the Gorilla Falls trail.
And we even did squeeze in a few characters. That was something that we didn't really get time to do in some of the other parks.
The reason that I like to save Pandora till the end of the day, A, because we're getting a lightning lane for Navi, but also because most people rope drop it, and this is the one park that you don't have to rope drop, and you can kind of take a more relaxed pace in this park, kind of like Galaxy's Edge in our Hollywood Studios video, which, by the way, we have done this in all 3 of the other parks too. So if you haven't watched those strategies yet, those are also linked in the description. But in Hollywood Studios, we like to do Galaxy's Edge in the evening. It's a little less busy, and the lighting just makes it really beautiful. Pandora's kind of the same way, especially if you're visiting during one of the more like winter months when it does get dark faster, because those are the only times that you can see Pandora at night, because the park does close so early during the warmer months. We're heading to Pandora now to go ride Navi River Journey, because that's our last lightning lane for the day. And don't worry, we didn't forget about Flight of Passage. We'll talk about that next too. We've got a 45-minute wait for standby. Let's time ourselves and see what it is for lightning lane.
Please travelers, you want to come in and enjoy the journey.
Whoa.
Welcome everyone.
That was a fun sound.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 6:17. How long do you think we're gonna wait?
3 minutes, maybe 5.
Maybe 5. I give it 5 minutes.
Ooh, I can already feel that air conditioning.
Ah, yes. 6:22.
Welcome.
So let's talk about one of my favorite park tips, and that is reverse rope drop. If you've watched any sort of Disney video ever, you're probably going to hear about rope drop, and that's where you get to the park basically before the park opens so that you can be one of the first people in line to kind of avoid the crowds before it gets busy. And that is a great strategy. However, not everybody likes to get up early, and I especially don't like to get up early if I don't have to. So I actually like to do what I like to call reverse rope drop. So there is an attraction in each park that's called an individual lightning lane. These are attractions that are the top tier, top level ride in each park, and they're not included with Genie Plus. And so if you want to do the like lightning lane or skip the line, you have to purchase that individually. Again, if you need to be more familiar with like Genie Plus, all of the nitty gritties, I do have a guide available in the link below.
Individual lighting lanes can range from like $15 to $20-ish and up, depending on the time of year and the attraction. Reverse rope drop, that Kayla's going to explain, can save a ton of money if you have a larger party.
Now, there is a little bit of risk that goes with this, because if for some reason the ride goes down while this happens, you aren't going to have another chance during the day, which is why a lot of people do like to do rope drop. But again, if you don't want to get up early, you don't want to pay the extra money for the lightning lane, this could be an alternative option. You can get in line for any attraction up to 1 minute before the park closes. And so that's what I like to call reverse rope drop, is you're basically rope drop in the last minute of the day, essentially. Once park closes, lightning lanes aren't a thing anymore. So the line's going to move much, much quicker. But also, the wait times tend to be inflated towards the end of the day. I think when I looked just a minute ago,
I think it was 70
minutes, but usually when
for Flight of Passage.
For Flight of Passage, that's the one that we're getting ready to do. Typically, when I've done this for this ride, I wait 30 to 45 minutes, which is great because I get to experience the queue, which I definitely recommend for this ride, but I'm also not waiting an astronomical amount of time, and we're at the cooler part of the day. The sun is starting to go down, which is also great. It's currently 6:50. The wait says 40 minutes right now. Let's head on in line and see how long it actually ends up being. We're already into the nighttime room, and I haven't seen another soul yet. Is this ride going to be a walk-on? I don't know. Oh wait, I see the people. It is 7:09, so if you don't count the 6 minutes of walking that we did, that's what, 14 minutes? 14 minutes, and we're about to go into the link chamber, so that's pretty dang good for a wait time of 40 minutes.
On the back of this powerful animal called an ikron, or as we call it, a banshee.
And that made me a little woozy.
Yeah, I need a moment after that. I feel a little sick.
That was also probably the longest we've ever been. We were doing really good till we got butt in chair, and then we got stopped for a long time. Someone was having some issues with tissues. It's 7:42 right now, which isn't a bad thing because that means that there's like nobody here. So we're gonna kind of have Pandora to ourselves for a few minutes as we walk out of the park.
Obviously be respectful.
Don't stay forever.
Don't stay forever, because the cast members do want to go home too.
That was our day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Thank you to Standby Skipper for helping us do a lot today on this very busy Memorial Day. I hope that this was a really good guide for you to know that, do you need Genie Plus in Animal Kingdom? Not always, but it can be a pretty good value at least for the fact that you can get those more sold out lightning lanes and you don't have to worry about doing your 7 a.m. one.
Or maybe your phone doesn't have service. It can book those things for you, just like we did this morning. We have done all of these videos in all 4 parks now, so make sure if you are just now seeing this one for the first time, go watch the others too.
And if you want to steal my strategy, I do have a free printable download that you can get that tells you exactly how I planned my day so that you can steal this strategy for your next trip. That's linked in the description box below. But that is all we have for you guys today. Now go create your ever after.